more towards OG just because I think I enjoy seeing Tiny, and I think position 4 Hoodwink is a lot better than mid Hoodwink.
I slightly lean Liquid, actually. I do like the style that they go for with Ember Spirit. I've actually been, ever since yesterday too, like seeing like the power that can have. Sometimes it's like you're so focused on one of these carries, like the Morphling, you're super focused, then oh my god, Ember just killed our whole team with an ET aura or something like that. So it's close, but I slightly lean Liquid. I think they can scale pretty hard.
Well, you hear my panel, they're split, and it's very even as this draft, but if there's one thing that I heard is that there's going to be a lot of important fights, good team fights, and our commentary team is going to be very happy with that. It is over to Cap and Kyle.
Prepare for battle.
Yes, that's right, Cheever. The big match of the day, the big match of the week, and it feels like it should be a very even match, especially with our panel being split. But Kyle, history says it's anything but.
Oh, for sure. This is a situation OG knows well. They lose, they're fighting to stay in Division 1. If they win, they're in a tiebreaker to be top 2 in this season of the DPC. It is Sumail versus No Mail, and it is the final match until tiebreakers. I am so excited. Did a poll in the pregame. 60% of the people on Twitter thought that Liquid would win. In Twitch chat, 55% lean OG. I personally have no idea.
Well, I will just say for a little bit of context that these two teams, since Liquid has picked up this roster, they've played a lot against each other, okay? Just last season, right? Liquid managed to beat OG in the regular season, 2-1. Then they go into the three-way tiebreaker. Who do they constantly beat? OG. It goes farther than that. OG has only won one series against Team Liquid. One. And they went 2-1. A combined score of all their series against each other amounts to 18-4 to Liquid's favor.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the best win rates against OG. That's pretty nuts.
I mean, that is an insane. Like, I was just going through it, and I was like, I know Liquid has beat OG a number of times, but I'm sure OG has had that. Like, no, they've won one series and have only won 4 individual games in official matches going back to when Liquid was originally picked up. The only series that they won was the Epic League. That was what, half a year ago? So,
well, yeah, different patch, different times, different teams.
Yeah.
This is the matchup to watch right here. Thompson versus Sumail in the 1v1. We've seen Sumail in his Morphling a couple times so far. And I'm not shocked that Tiny was just straight up picked immediately by OG. We saw this yesterday. Yeah, they lost, but Miracle on Tiny did have a great performance. I expect the same out of Thompson today.
We had that discussion that one time Sumail got smashed really hard, you know? Said he was going to be playing a bunch of pubs perhaps as a result, and I do wonder if them just giving away the Tiny was in some way Sumail saying like, no, I'm going to be able to take Thompson in this mid lane matchup. Like, don't worry about just giving him this very scary hero. I'll handle him in the laning phase, and we'll see whether or not he can do that. But it's OG who pick up the first blood, picking off Insania in top lane.
Yeah, talk about a scary lane. The Gush. It's been one of those incredible level 1 abilities for so long. 4 seconds, 40% slow, -4 armor. Hoodwink with the -2 from the Blightstone. Poor Ember Spirit, only 3 base armor. Snapfire with 4. You just straight up get clicked down. These heroes are way too strong level 1, so...
Yeah, you can see he didn't even go bushwhack. Went for the acorn shot.
Yeah, look at this.
And you can see that damage so much. Now he's got bushwhack as well. They just are going 100-0 Insania. Oh, the healing salve keeps him alive, but it is canceled. So Insania is not looking great for regen.
Indeed, and they got to be a little more careful. You got to use the aura, the plus armor aura under tower. It's a significant HP increase when you're taking so much negative armor. They catch him outside of that radius, he's going to get punished hard every time.
Going for Taiga here. Taiga is going to take just a pittance of damage and a very small stun. He is an Enchantress versus Grimstroke. We've seen this matchup a number of times. You have an offensive Dispel against Inkswell, a really great counter to that ability.
Yeah, it's probably the counter in a lot of ways, especially in this off lane. Liquid are going to...
One of the heroes for Taiga,
yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
Looked great on it.
They want to try and take the bot tower earlier rather than later, and then just sort of leave Taiga in the vicinity. But a lot of greed, as the panel was saying, for both of these lineups. Liquid, all on comfort heroes. Like, this is the bread and butter for the squad, but their team fight could be tough. You're playing into Void and Tide, rather. And
no time left. They're going to go for it. The skewer. Dodged by Anna, but it doesn't matter. His cover is utterly destroyed and will find the first kill for Team Liquid.
I really like Koifa's build. He does this consistently. He skips in power early levels, gets 2 points Q, 1 point skewer. I think the offlane mag is a lot more viable this way.
Yeah.
Looks like he'll be going for a soul ring, maybe a bracer. Not sure how we'll choose to build it, but yeah, whenever I see the empower, it's like at best you're gonna trade. Whereas we even saw Zai yesterday, was it? No, maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days.
The solo kill on a gyro.
Yeah.
With 3 points Q at level 5. The shockwave is pretty significant.
Yeah, even the top lane, Mickey gonna be bailed out just barely by Insania with the cookie, and you could see the tango going to work there, keeping him alive. But man, this minus armor physical damage combination, this is making Hoodwink look very nice.
For now. This is the laning phase with a Tide Hunter against very low armor enemy heroes. Ember Spirit in the safe lane, not really known for the laning skills until you get more XP, but Seb certainly off to a great start. 21-9 against the 11 CS only of Mickey. Mid is relatively even. Bottom also huge punish by Koifa. Just realized he is crushing Ana.
Instant enchant, removing the ink swell. Koifa not sure who to go for. They actually kill Mickey at the top lane, but at the same time they got the shockwave skewer back onto No Tail. But Ana and No Tail just fight back and put the pressure on Taiga instead.
This is a dangerous thing. Koifa already has arcane boots, so he's just gonna spam spells. No Tail's in a lot of trouble. Enchant's gonna be up. It is now. That just might be a dead Grimstroke.
Trying to force out the time walk. They put a bunch of damage on him. He time walks away. Inkswell for the extra movement speed, and he will get out. But No Tail not as lucky. The enchant put on him slows him down to a crawl. He'll die. Honestly, he may have just needed that, as I'm sure they're running low on some regen. Thompson, meanwhile, once again escaping with his life ever so barely. It's this top lane. I mean, both the off laners are just hard winning their lanes right now.
They did have the luxury of seeing the matchup they were going to play into, so the offlaners did know what they wanted. This is kind of the new meta, it feels like. Safe lane, I remember Arteezy complaining about this a few patches back. It's just, you feel like you're an offlaner. You've just got to pick something to survive the laning phase.
Yeah.
Long gone are the days you could get away with greed. But we shall see. It's going to be interesting. Thompson's really the only space maker for his team. The blink timing is really what's going to open up the map for OG. Whereas on the side of Liquid, I think it's going to be Mickey for the most part. It's going to be playing a more active Ember Spirit. You've got late game secured with the Sumail Morphling mid.
Yeah, we've seen even Magnus be kind of a space creator the way 9 played it just yesterday, right? That was actually a really good example of how you could be active on that hero.
Invisibility.
But for now, relatively peaceful. I think the lanes will likely stay pretty static until ults come up.
Trying to hit him with the stomp there, but Ana enchant slow wears out. Get a little bit more damage on him while he's not able to unwind it. And he only has the stick. Now he does have raindrops, and that may actually whoa! It won't save him at all. They just run him over quite literally in this bottom lane. Thompson looking for the punish here. DP's out and is going to go for the kill on the Taiga, which he very likely should have here with the combo. Actually doesn't have it. Still on cooldown for a bit, but I have to imagine Taiga is probably still going to die here eventually, as he's just being body blocked in at one creep doing some work. Slow him down, now no longer having the heal. They finally get the toss to finish him off.
Middle tower.
Yeah, but you're going to take that all day if you're Liquid. Sumail is just hanging out middle.
That was a close one. Saksa, he commends Sumail on his quick reactions.
That's so cocky. He knew that he was baiting it out. I think he went to Agi first to see if Saksa would go for it. He did. Now the bottle refill. And that's the thing. You get the punish, right? They kill Taiga, but it gives Sumail 4 bottle charges mid, gets the freebie and then the full passed over, and you lost Ana. And if you look at this OG lineup, where's their damage output that's lasting throughout a fight, if not from Ana's right clicks? You know, you get a tiny combo, you get a Ravage. After that, your damage disappears.
Do you think that, what about this Hoodwink hero? Do you feel like it can put out enough damage to cover some of that ground? Because basically your concern is Thompson's going to have to do everything, right?
Pretty much. I don't know. I I like the 4 Hoodwink, but I think of it more as this annoyance. It's a lot like 4 Wind Ranger in that sense. You get a lot of +1s for ganks and kills, but sustained damage in a fight is pretty tough. It's not as if you're ever going to be buying something like a BKB and you're susceptible to the Ember Spirit pretty much all game.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to get dove.
Oh, certainly. This Ember Spirit does have some pretty decent heroes to run down.
I like the build from Ana, though. It looks like he's got the Diffusal queued up. I think that's the direction you're going to have to go. Manta Diffu. One of the best gold per damage builds you can go for is a Void. I feel like in lower tier games, you see more players getting away with Midases, with Battle Furies, but at this level, I just don't think that that's viable.
Europe has been kind of notorious for the higher up the ladder you go, the faster the teams try and play against each other. Very little room for split pushing and trying to draw out the game.
Lucky gets the Possessed Mask. Definitely the best tier 1 item for a Faceless Void, especially when you're suffering.
Yeah.
A lot of built-in sustain for him now. He's taking a lot of harass, so it's going to be very helpful.
Now he's got the higher levels of Time Walk. He should be able to deal with the Shockwave spam a little bit better. Meanwhile, top lane, Zeb continuing to dominate that lane, similar to the way the Mag's going. Yep. And they'll both start pressuring the tower. Mickey's going to go for the first rotation here.
Yeah, this is the right move. You don't really want to be top anymore. Seb's applying too much pressure. Can't really kill him. And no tails.
Managed to get the silence on. Hit the skewer is going to be too late.
Well played. Yeah, it's a good rotate. You don't want to fight here if you're OG. This is the Liquid style when they play with this 4-position Enchantress. They bring heroes to the enemy safe lane. They're going to take the tower and just leave Taiga in this area. He's going to farm, scout with creeps, maybe look to collapse on middle. And Mickey, he's going to be the one looking to push because Sumail, at the end of the day, he's the right clicker. He wants to have free space. You can see him clearing out jungle camps along with mid-wave on spawn. The smoke from OG support duo. Perhaps just to get some defensive wards up. I don't think you can make a play with just these two. Oh, Thompson's with them. Does he have blink? No. Still a ways.
Cut over. They see Koifa right now. Smoke breaks. They're going to go for it. Koifa going to be the target of all this aggression with Aiden Swell combination and actually the Hoodwink ultimate as well. They do have enough magic damage burst to clear out anybody unless it's a fully strength morphed Morphling.
Yep. That's going to be the play from OG. The support duo plus Thompson, you find kills. Make space for Ana. He's just camping top. He's got this nice ward on the outpost that should secure him this area. And then Seb, yeah, I like the build. Just phase, Soul Ring, Hood, very tanky, and he can just walk down lanes if desired.
Whoa! A Cookie 3-man stun into a Centaur 3-man stun, and now the Ember Spirit here. What an insane combo from Insania and Taiga. A deadly support duo.
Damn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just like they drew it up, Cap. You heard it from Jabs in the pre-game, the importance of coaching. I can see them on the whiteboard now with the diagrams.
So when they have 3 heroes grouped here, give Cookie to a Centaur Conqueror.
Oh, man. Bear Bryant reborn. Top lane Koifa. Looks like he was setting up for a potential RP, but...
Watch that one again. Yeah, Koifa's not really dangerous. Going for it. Look at that Centaur ride, baby ride.
And the trust from Taiga, almost misplaced. You could see the Centaur, or rather Insania had the trust. Taiga's Minotaur was off-angled, and then he rotated it, gets it off.
Koifa, he was the one threatening to be able to kill Ana, but now he's going to find himself inside the Chronosphere. The Hoodwink shot goes out, the RP. It was so close to being there, but he dies instead. Insania trying to go for a TP out. No bash from Ana, so he is able to get away. Taiga, a little bit sturdier here. Only has the 1 level of his heal, though, and so it probably means there's no way out for him. Sumail is going to come in, though. They're going to try and fight this one with Mickey. They actually are saying they've already used all of their burst damage. Maybe we can fight this one. Mickey has to be able to jump away. Thompson finally does die. The haste rune of Sumail allows him to be able to chase him down. Now he's going for, he does manage to morph into strength here, so this chain stun will only really poke at him a bit, but Sumail ultimately is not in any real threat.
Such an OG move. We just used Ravage, lost 3, immediately run back to the enemy side of the map as 5 heroes.
I was going to say, I think he's going to do it. Stoxa was hoping to snipe out Sumail while he was agility morphed.
Yeah, the OG trying to play around the limited vision that they have, and Liquid, I think, not the worst fight for them. They know there's no Ravage, so once Chrono's used, you're going to be good to go. Still an RP on Koifa. Chose to get the hood instead of the Blink Dagger, so it's going to slow down Liquid's pacing a little bit, especially since Mickey has no points in chains. So really, Liquid took that fight mid with the only real stuns they had available.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Because they have no method of setup otherwise. And Seb now with the triple ancient stacks can be very kind to the Tide. Going for the Vlad's build. I like this. This is the Seb that we all know and love from watching it a couple of TIs. Going for the stat-heavy aura build. I think it's the right move in this game.
Dire's middle tower
Liquid, they'll come online later, but you're perceptibly going to look to take fights around Roshan and objectives earlier in the mid-game. That's when you're going to have an edge. Gives a bit of a damage boost to the Void as well.
Thompson trying to be as efficient as possible. I think he was hoping to stack the hard camp or just clear it, I guess. New wave to spawn because he is so close to his Blink Dagger, and once he has that, they're going to be much more enabled. They do have the cookie to be able to slow down Mickey, but as you were saying earlier, don't have chains. In fact, Chronosphere is almost up. Liquid not really getting a whole lot done during this period of time of Ravage and Chronosphere being on cooldown.
Well, bottom line, he doesn't have Blink yet.
Doesn't have it just yet, and is going to be caught as Mickey's going to make his rotation over. Taiga slowing him down. Now, Thompson is still very tanky. It's going to take a while, but sadly, nobody from OG is even close. I think they saw that OG, they brought some heroes top lane, and they're saying, guys, if they're top, Thompson's all alone bottom, let's just go for it. Oh, trying to go for the combo. That's enough burst damage, and Koifa getting caught in the crosshairs as well there as he tried to go for a desperate skewer RP to stop that combo on Sumail. This time around, Sumail is not fast enough to morph into strength.
This game is wild so far. I don't know if it's really mistakes being made by these teams. They're all just pushing their limits in almost all lanes and big spells being blown. Thompson looked like he almost got the toss off. He would have been able to potentially survive if Mickey had been chucked onto Taiga's Enchantress. He did purchase the Blink Dagger before death, so lost no gold, but still not ideal. Thing is, we haven't seen Ana on screen, but unfortunately his net worth doesn't really reflect the amount of space he's been given because he's a faceless Void.
Yeah.
So.
And he also doesn't like have an innate farming item. Yeah. Right? He didn't go minus Battle Fury, any of those. With the Diffuser build, very active build, but he doesn't quite have it yet, so he's not being rewarded with hero kills or anything.
This is the combo, though. Inkswell, Tiny go forward. Probably find a kill on almost anybody. Mickey's going to be the guy.
There it is. Chain stun, silenced, and then a follow-up stun on top of that. It is so deadly, and Liquid are going to have to be a lot more careful.
Yeah, because the danger they have is that no one on their team can really do that. They don't have a kill combination. OG, very simple. Supports holding Thompson's hand, or Ana's, or Seb's even, if they're willing to blow their ultimates. It's much easier for the OG lineup to find kills. And wait, Ravage still on cooldown. Are you going to make this move, Liquid? I think they are. They have a lot of minus armor. Medallion plus maxed out little Shredder. Yeah,
they've got the...
Seb has no idea.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk
yeah, he didn't see.
If only it seems like Roshan's cavern is soundproof. The noise of this battle not extending outside of the cave, and Liquid will sneak themselves in early Aegis. And now we're going to go for a fight. As they're all nearby, they can immediately try and force something out of Seb as the shots start coming in for the Mortimer's Kisses. On point, a couple of them land, but now he's beginning to get away. Taiga looks to just get in there right now, trying to force whatever he can. He's so bound up next to the Morphling. Morphling playing the back line. The burst damage is too much. Taiga gets taken out. The waveform forward gets him out of the Chronosphere, but gets into the bushback. Meanwhile, Insania is probably going to die with the RP. Skewer onto 2. They have the burst damage to be able to take anybody down. They get Thompson, but Ana does manage to sneak away. Now with Inkswell, he turns back out of Koifa, hoping for bashes here, but the 3 cores of Liquid are still alive. He's got to run. He's got to get out of here.
Really nice fight from Liquid. That Roche was huge. They sneak it, immediately look to fight as 5. Seb did not have his Ravage up for about 10 seconds. Really well done by Sumail. Looks like he waveformed just as the Chronosphere came out. We're going to see it again in just a moment. But the big danger for the Tide here is, he's just getting kissed on. There's really not much he can do. Ana comes through with a quick dilation, but you can see him get the ultimate off here. If he catches Sumail, this is huge. But it looks like he's going to get it just a little bit late. Seb takes a ton of damage, and then Ana goes in. Boom, the waveform through. Otherwise, this fight might be a significantly different story because Koif is then there, easy skewer, double RP.
Yeah, they at least would be able to. They would have lost Thompson and maybe Soxa, but Seb surviving would have been a massive boon to OG.
He's their top net worth.
Yeah.
He's not just an offlaner.
7,700 net worth on him. It's Sumail, and the difference between him and anybody else, and it's currently making a difference, but OG not ones to slow down after a lost team fight. They're going to move forward and try and take it even against the Aegis here. Sumail battling it out right now. Does manage to morph into Shrink, but he's losing some of his allies. A bash, a timely one at that, as Koifa ends up falling into his grave. They turn around and go for Thompson, and Sumail is trying to pump out the damage as best as possible, but a beautiful bushwhack into an Inkswell. Fortunately, Mickey's able to dodge it with a sleight of fist, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have the remnants out. Thompson is still alive through all of this. When Taiga's poking at him, Sumail, he falls. His second life is coming up, but Thompson, he's getting healed up. Taiga now falls, and Sumail on his extra life has no allies behind him. He will run to the safety of the tier 2, and OG will not pursue, but they win a big fight and get an Ancient.
Dude, I can't. Liquid, you could have called Crow. He would have told you. They're going to keep running at you. You have no RP. Ravage is available. They do not need Chronosphere. They just need one huge AoE stun. Seb got a 4-man Ravage off because Liquid, they're just fighting as if they're stronger. But team fight wise, OG, if you don't kill the supports off, they get a couple rounds of spells. Like, once again, Liquid don't have real stuns. The cookie was used just to disengage, and then Taiga's dead. That's a lot of your damage output as Liquid. You don't have stuns. You do not have team fight to deal with just the auras that Seb provides. He's going to have a Solar Crest soon, but Vlad's giving everybody +3 armor and the bonus damage. He had Ravage.
Yep.
You fought into Ravage with no RP. Can't do that.
Gotta remember True Sight. What Kuro said. Remember, guys, they're monkeys. They're gonna run at you. Cut to No Tail.
Yeah. Also, interesting note, I haven't seen any voice line spam. What happened to that?
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Very quiet.
Maybe they're just all business today. Jumping out, Mickey looking for a pick-off. Soxa does have the bushwhack, mistimes it as he comes down for the Yule Scepter, but it may not matter either way. Sumail getting picked off, though. That is a much bigger kill than whatever's happening here with Soxa. He's going to say, all right, that was good space. In fact, we're even going to take this mid-tower, it's looking like, as they do have the glyph. They're going to stall this out just a little bit with double chains. Koifa, skewer back into tier 2, pushing him in as deep as possible. Does have the cookie on top of that when they actually do manage to burst down Anna. Insania with a great chain stun off of Koifa's skewer.
That was sick play.
Tier 1 tower will now finally fall. Seb takes it.
You see, the spatial awareness is what really separates these teams from the chaff. That was so sick. Mickey's getting ran at by Thompson, gets comboed, still has the presence of mind to realize Koifa had skewered right after Anna leapt forward, brings him into tower range, and then boom, they're there for the slight chance to finish. That was necessary for all 3 heroes to get the optimal amount of damage off in that window. Otherwise, he just leaps away and survives. Sumail does die, but Chrono was spent. He's got to be a little more cautious, though, pushing out into areas with no vision. Another smoke from OG. They got to be running low on these. Still hunting, same pairing. No Tail plus Thompson.
Here comes the burst damage. He's got a Vanguard and a Holy Locket, but it's not enough to stop a tiny combo with Inkswell, and you add in the Hoodwink's damage on top of that. I mean, this is the most insane thing about Hoodwink. It may be kind of a bit of a bad hero for most players, but if you can manage to make Sharpshooter work for you, like, that is easily the most OP part of this hero.
Oh, yeah. And that's the same kill combo we've seen now executed 3 or 4 times, oftentimes off smoke.
Yeah.
Just Inkswell into Thompson, he blinks, supports blow their damage, and anybody in the game dies. So,
yeah, and you could tell that this is not, like, it's so much that Taiga's not able to play the same kind of game he normally does with his Enchantress. I mean, again, look at him. He's got Holy Locket plus Vanguard. He's used to just being able to run in there, no cares whatsoever, get a bunch of information, maybe draw a little attention, but he is actually being bursted down.
That's the key item queued up, though. The casual cloak.
Yeah.
It is not the right clicks that are killing you. He gets the Vanguard primarily just for the damage reduction. Well, the raw HP.
Yeah.
But it's cloak that's necessary. You need the magic resist.
You need to be like a shark.
There we go. Seb getting a little more active. Learning from the best of this division. Team Alliance, of course, 6-1. They get to watch, enjoying the Swedish summer, maybe some chips, hanging out outside.
Yeah.
Crocs on. No, not a care in the world.
Doing a lot of sunbathing. Notice that. The Swedes got to soak up the sun when you can.
There's not much of it. Except for these months. Now with the stack. I really like the way this diffusal's played out for him. It feels like he's been able to get a lot more work done just because he has his own mini disable.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot more difficult for... keep thinking Taiga's playing Snapfire, but it is Insania this game.
Yeah.
And he's gunning for him almost every single engagement. Ravage up, Chrono 2, all spells available.
Leave it to OG to try and go an early tiny Aghanim Scepter off of the Faceless Void Chronosphere. Saksa gonna be spotted here. Dual Scepter dodging both the Impetus as well as the Shotgun Blast. Taiga, he does have... Okay, he's going to be broken now. Seb, a little bit easier time putting in the damage, but unless it's a Faceless Void, it won't really matter that much. Mickey, he really wants to kill the supports, and Samael has a fresh round from that shotgun. Does manage to bring down, and he got off the more strength, so he's surviving for now, but they're in dangerous position. Mickey trying to run away, jumps over to his remnant that's finally over the cliff now, but he doesn't have very many more. Jumps again, RP onto 2, giving Mickey a little bit of room to run. Anna, is he going to go after him? He's gonna try time walk. Oh, time, yeah. It's been too much for him. He's been time dilated by Samael. Finally, they turn back over to Taiga, who finally does die. The combo on Insania is not quite enough from Thompson, so it's only the 4th position that dies unless the shot long range, but it's not quite there.
Not quite William Tell, but close. Doxa almost picks off the Snapfire. With that, yeah, they scan immediately for Roche. It might respawn in 2 seconds if OG get lucky. They still have all their ultimates. We'll see the clock in a moment. 1:54, so plenty of time. Now it's a little worrisome though, because OG, you've got to be cautious utilizing big ultimates. That was the one fight the buyback was expected. No-Tail didn't even hesitate. He's immediately looking to come back into the fight, TP to the top tier 1.
Liquid turn to go for a big smoke play. Whoa. A shockwave skewer back into the chain stuns. Very nicely executed without...
They did use RP, but it will be back up before Roche. Liquid obviously have the timing, so they'll know it's possible.
That was the RP from the last team fight, you mean, right? Mm-hmm. So, they were able to get a kill on Anna without having to use any big ultimates. But, combo, Samael, barely surviving through it, man. He is very much not afraid of these heroes, apparently, because he wasn't even morphing into strength. Now they managed to kill the Grimstroke and are chasing down Seb. Seb, a hard hero to bring down, but they do have all these heroes gunning after him. Underneath the tier 2's another tiny combination that is just not quite enough to finish off Samael. He morphs into strength, throws a gush out to finish off the opposing Tidehunter, and now they've caught Thompson for daring to try and touch Samael. They will punish him, execute him.
That's just another really weird engagement. Feels like these teams just don't know the definition of back, because OG did not have Ravage, their Void was already dead, and they just team fight anyway. They just come punch us, see, give us your best shot, but they lose that hard. Luckily for them, Roche is still not available, so expect a full reset from both teams.
Well, a full reset into OG. Being like, well, Chronosphere Ravage is back up, guys, and they're going to 5-man into Liquid, and then they're going to win that team fight, and then Liquid's going to be like, all right, Chronosphere and Ravage is down, guys, let's run it OG, and then they'll win that team fight.
Anything goes in this game. Really weird item build from Mickey, but I kind of dig it. He went for a Kaya Sanj, so spell amp and the status resistance.
Yeah, I mean, that time dilation is a killer. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go specifically to dispel that.
Top tower is under attack.
Maybe just to, try and live through it. His BKB will be up next. Roshan has spawned. And remember, they are playing with Empower, so Mickey's going to hit hard even without necessarily itemizing for it. Plus, Mickey is the real right clicker. He also went for the E-Blade, so their magical burst is now real significant. Mickey also going for the Flame Guard Absorption and DPS talents. So more of a magical presence in this game. Seb?
Paladin Sword, that is a great pickup for a Morphling. If he survives through the burst, which he has been able to do so far, then the lifesteal that he's getting.
Because there's no Vessel, there's no Shivas, there's no Scotty, so absolutely nothing you can do to mitigate regen on the side of OG right now. It's all about the team fight. They have the Blink on the Tide and the Solar.
Liquid. Seems like they're beginning to recognize the pace here. The tree being used to get vision up on the high ground so they can get the easy D ward, but of course everything is playing for Roshan right now. Liquid cannot just hide in their base. They do need to get active. Make sure OG is not doing Roshan themselves. They're going to pull Roshan out, make sure nobody's inside the pit. And they do have a nice offensive ward in the triangle that wasn't de-warded on the side of Liquid. So Liquid may end up trying to be a little active around that double damage for Thompson. That's a nice pickup there.
And he gets in the bottle too, so be able to conserve it. I like what Liquid are doing though. Mickey, he's like, all right, you guys have fun standing here, force the stalemate. I'm gonna go farm bottom, try and get some information, come right back. And Liquid, just play around your vision. That's the key. They have that great ward, as you said. And they're huddled up around the one they have on the high ground. As the Duke scouts out in front of them.
You can see Koifa's looking exactly for this. Anybody to get close to the ward to get a skewer back. Way up high in the air, but brought back down hard. Koifa, they had to be going down there, but Anna's stuck outside the cliff. And the RP brings them back down into a stun, but they don't have any damage behind it. Now here comes Mickey. Gets off the chronosphere to try and save his own life, but the damage is there from Samael. Morphing into agility, they know that Seb is caught. The bait around the ward, around the high ground, catches OG.
Nice ward, bro. Oh my god, I don't know how. What a wild fight. That's the difficulty. You gotta listen to Obi-Wan, OG. You cannot afford to try and charge up the high ground when your damage output is limited. The Ravage was used before they were really in position, and then I was just caught. He ends up tanking a full RP, but it looked like, you know, Sumail just killed everybody on the outskirts of the fight. The supports that didn't even seek its spells off. And poor Soxa gets skewered in to start the engagement, so he had no hope, but well played by Liquid, I guess. You know, just pretty much played under the ward Koifa with another really nice skewer. I feel like those have done more work this game than his RPs, but definitely playing well.
Oh, nice toss back into the silence. Very pretty combo from OG. That was sick. That was very nice. Liquid now down a minute. It doesn't matter if you have the Aegis. If you lose a hero like one of your cores, like Mickey here. Now Taiga potentially caught. They soul bind them together. They're going to chase after for sure. The WEU Scepter will hold him in place with the Ink Swell. He's going to be able to get the stun, trying to concentrate on somebody, but Taiga is certainly not the hero you want to go for here. Does manage to jump up right before Mickey with the buyback, dies immediately. They don't have an RP. They don't have any big damage to Mail. He's going to try and do bit by bit with this Scotty, focusing on Seb. He's jumping forward, turning into a faceless void, tomahawking forward, and then wait farming forward to manage to finish him off. Samael is going to have to carry this with his two supports, and it's actually looking good. The Scotty is tearing apart OG right now. They can't put up with this damage. The Mortimer's Kisses raining in. Soxa, he's going to be the target while the Mortimer's Kisses chase after Anna. They all land, but the range is not quite there. Samael running low on mana, won't manage to chase after Soxa. So both of the two heroes will survive, the attention being split by Liquid there.
I have no idea what's happening in these fights, Cap. Like that, it's all coming down to OG. They didn't have their big spells up. Mickey getting just way too cocky in front of the tier 2. Well played by OG. They pick him off, but he dies again immediately after buyback. Thank God for him. Sumail has the Aegis, but more importantly, look at that net worth advantage. 4.5k. Basically a full Scotty out in front of the Void. Otherwise, that might be very dangerous for Liquid. Because they really have no ability to take down Sumail, because they have nothing to deal with the regen. Yeah. They will soon on closing in on the Scotty, but
it does seem like the only limiting factor to Samael in a lot of these fights now is just his mana, because he's burning through so much of it. Not only is morphing actually cost him mana now, but he's going through shotgun blast, and then he's turning into, you know, some other hero, and he's trying to throw some spells out there.
Yeah. He's been really good using the time dilations in the fight. Too much really happening to get a read on it, but excellent spells.
Samael, is he going to go to the high ground and find a kill? Sneaks up there, but No Tail is already gone.
Double trouble.
8,000 net worth lead for Team Liquid, 27-20 to Liquid's favor. Do you feel like this game has a turning point where the Faceless Void versus Morphling starts feeling a bit better for OG? Or is this just going to be a constant uphill battle for them?
Hard to say. It's really about execution. OG need to find kills with their big stun combinations. I don't think you ever just straight up outscale, because Liquid have such a greedy lineup. But theoretically, once your Void can deal enough damage, you make the Ember, the Morph, the Mag afraid for their lives, just stepping out of position for just a moment. That'll naturally open up the map back up for OG, but they're being smoked at. They're all 5 here, but they got to be
Or they spot Anna. They know at least the carry of OG is here, and they could probably assume the rest are here as well.
OG
all hiding in the trees now.
Thompson's way too far away.
Dyer's
They gotta get out of
They're
here
gonna
now.
start TPing out. OG, they make the read, and Mortimer's kisses being just thrown out, trying to get some vision of anybody here. No Tail does not have a TP scroll, or rather, sorry, he has cooldown on his, but he's hiding in like the most obvious spot, and they just naturally assume, oh, everybody from OG got out.
Yeah, that's poker right there.
Good bluff by No Tail.
And now we have an Ag's Scepter on Thompson. Don't typically see this rush too often, but yeah, the tree volley, aka massive AoE damage. So playing more around the idea that a big Chrono or a big Ravage could turn things around here for OG.
Now, are you still looking to be, like, they've been unsuccessful at doing... Oh, did he catch him?
Oh, look how TP's out now. It's like, I just wanted to prove that I could.
OG's focus. They've been having a hard time bursting down the Morphling. It is possible, though, right?
Yeah.
They've gotten so much damage they could certainly do it. Do you think they still go for that idea? Or do you think they should just kill the surrounding cast of Team Liquid?
I mean, Morph is definitely your target. You have enough to deal with him for sure, especially once the Scotty's finished, because then even if you could Strength Morph off, you're still going to have a pretty good shot. Like, Tree Volley does some pretty significant damage, Exhibit A.
Yeah.
I also, Observer, I checked for a second. Insania has the combo. He's got Shard, he's got Blink. That means the Scatter Blast point blank will now stun. We've seen this work on multiple players on Team Liquid. I haven't really seen Insania pull it off, but it's because he doesn't get many opportunities to ride the dragon.
No, absolutely. He's definitely trying to give off his best Taiga impression, as that was the shard that he was given from the Roshan kill earlier.
Yep. Definitely the best one
tower is under
out of his team. Now we see the Dragonlance, the Casual Cloak. Very necessary for Taiga, just increasing his survivability. Top lane, we're going to have our... I guess the Gentleman's Tier 2 trade as the clock switches us over to nighttime, and then the Outposts will likely trade places as well. 10k gold lead still for Liquid, but the later this game gets, the more negligible that advantage truly is. It'll really all just come down to the next big fight around Roche. And OG, their strength lies in their 5-on-5 engagement. The pickoff play is no longer really viable. Thompson and the two supports don't have the freedom that they did previously.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Aether Lens on Soxa, that's quite nice. They're running a lot of Glimmer Capes on OG. Noto has one queued up, already have one on the Hoodwink as well. There's the BKB on Mickey.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, if you check out even the net worth charts, right? A lot of the gold advantage is Sumail in comparison to the rest of the game, and then No Tail being underfarmed in relation to the two Liquid supports. So. Yeah, Sumail's huge, he has that BKB, but if he gets chronoed before it's popped and dies, that whole gold advantage means nothing.
Yeah, so it's going to be all eyes on Sumail, whether or not he gets off the BKB or morph strengths in time. Like, if he just dies in a chronosphere, there goes 22,000 worth of your net worth.
Exactly.
And OG haven't been successful so far at being able to catch him unawares and burst him down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely OG's in their MO to try and get.
Careful, Soxa. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe he stood on that high ground for just a little too long. It's like, you're not in the trees, my friend. You want to be playing up top here.
Is he going to throw another round? Of course he is.
Time to scurry away, gets the nice ward down. Always helpful to have any vision this deep on the enemy side, so long as it doesn't get countered.
They're going to smoke to the other side of the map. And as he tries to go for the outpost, they're going to surprise Seth. Magic damage raining, it is going to be enough. Now, Koifa's going to be able to pull back No Tail as well. Thinking about the skewer, doesn't even need it. 2 quick pickoffs for Team Liquid, as they essentially just trying to make a rapid deployment from one side of the map to the other with the smoke.
Really well played. And they've realized, like, they can kill Tide. Sumail just pops all his damage off because he knows that the Enchantress Impetus and, more importantly, the ultimates from Insania will do plenty of damage. And Seb, the one hero on his team who does not have buyback. Liquid should have timers on this. It is the cooldown from that previous fight a few minutes ago, and they're going to push bot.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they may have this read, but Taiga. Fortunately, Thompson didn't feel comfortable staying there for long. Actually blinked down to cancel his tree volley, because he knows otherwise Mickey would have grabbed him in the trees with a sleight of fist chains combination. Another round of tree volley. Starts going after Sumail, looking to be able to slow down his damage as best as possible, forcing him to morph into strength. But another 40 seconds on the clock. Team Liquid looks to maybe go for two, but an RP immediately coming out onto Ana. They need to be able to burst him down now, but it looks like Thompson running interference will allow Ana to be able to get back. Now the tree volley will finish off Koifa most likely. Chronosphere. Oh, he won't get Sumail as well. Can they actually get him though? He's got a BKB coming up immediately after this. Chronosphere is going to turn around and immediately start going for Thompson. He gives the cookie, gets the stun off, and there goes Thompson down for 80 seconds. No Tail's going to be up next, maybe in Saxa as well. He has the Antus, so he will survive through an initial adaptive strike. E-Blade follows it up, slows him down, but Liquid realize this is a time for objectives. They still have 5 more seconds without the Tidehunter.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
No Chronosphere either.
No
Chronosphere. Really tough to defend.
I mean, they're going to have to somehow defend this. Fortunately, they're still tier 2, actually. So, OG, they don't necessarily have to do anything here.
Well, they will have to watch then as Liquid retreat and look to go collect a free Roshan.
That's true.
They have 2 racks already. They just blew this game wide open by catching Seb in the jungle.
Kyle, judgment call right now. If they know Roshan's up, they know Liquid's going to do it. Do you contest here, or do you try and hold out?
I don't think you can win this fight with no Thompson. I guess Koifa's down as well.
It's just one of those hard questions. Do you give them Aegis and Refresher and try and hold high ground, or do you go for the contest without all of your heroes? And they're going to go for the contest, and it's the right choice. Liquid, they're going to be the ones to back down. They blink first. Well, blink for a second, maybe. Think about going back in. Inkswell. Setting up Sumail for a second here. Also managed to get the silence thanks to the Mindbreaker. Long-range shot. They managed to get the Ravage off of that one. Here comes some Mortimer's Kisses, though. The BKB, the Soulbind, holding in the Morphling as well as the Ember Spear, but the damage is just not there when they have the BKBs active. Ana doesn't seem to be comfortable doing enough damage here. Saxa going to be caught. You'll attempt to find himself a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Koifa, the offlaners, going to battle on the high ground. King of the Hill happening while Ana is trying to survive against the onslaught of 4 different heroes from Team Liquid. Does manage to bring down Insania. Time walks backwards, does manage to dodge some of the damage. He's being chased after a disarm put onto Sumail, allows Ana just to be able to get away for a moment, but Mickey's quick to chase after him. Tree volley right in, that'll finish off Mickey. Buybacks coming in from OG. They want this Roshan, they want it bad. They need to be able to win this fight right now, but Sumail turning into a faceless void. Once again, time walking backwards and slowing it down. They said they bought back, guys. We can chill if we can just disengage. This is good for a tree volley. OG, they're not going to let him get away. A skewer back, skewering him in. They do manage to control him up, but there's no damage. A cookie goes out, controlling up the stun on Ana even more, but a nice bushwhack actually slowing down Sumail now, but now it's OG who are the ones on the retreat, and he's quite low. He gets way formed over. Sumail now looking for the kill onto Ana. They can see the end of the game right in front of them. They can kill the big carry, the Glimmer Cape, buys them a little bit of time. He Chronosphere turns around, goes for the kill onto Sumail. The ghost is coming. Sumail, he's surviving through it bit by bit. Ana needs the bashes, and he needs them now, but he's not quite getting him an Inkswell. A stun, and he does get him. A buyback coming up from Sumail, but Ana's got to get out of here before the hard carry of Liquid arrive. Ana on the run. Koifa on pursuit. Wants to be able to catch him. He's got a Blink Dagger. Might just be able to catch him with a Shockwave Skewer, but no. Ana's out. Time walks away. OG, they're giving a chance here.
Oh my god, the voice line's coming out. They're feeling themselves. It's still pretty tight. They know Seb is dead for a long time, and all big spells are down. You got to be really careful here, Thompson. You bought back. Cannot afford to die, but man, Ana, I thought for sure he was going to live. He skilled up backtrack because he had hit level 25 as he was running away. I'm like, oh my god, if he somehow lives and turns something around because of that, it's going to be wild.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're gonna need a combo for the Aegis to be able to hold this back, and they don't have Chronosphere. Liquid, if they play this fast enough, they may not even have to worry about Ravage either, and they may just be able to claim Megas. We'll see. 10 seconds left. There is a glyph, so they're going to have to contend with Ravage no matter what, but they may not have to worry about Ana here. The chain stun is there. RP into Cookie, into a shotgun blast that blows off his head. Ana's dead, and that without a carry. Both sides are just hardcore banking on their carry. There's just not much fight left in OG now. They're going to try, though. Thompson throwing out a combo with the tree volley. Double toss, triple toss, maybe, but Koifa's still looking healthy, and ultimately they cannot contend with Sumail. The king is here. He's going to take over the game. The Ravage going out. Maybe they'll kill Koifa here. Another toss, but ultimately now it's Sumail's turn to have a little fun as he turns around, tosses up Thompson, and slams down Seb.
Yeah, they played this so well. Shout out to Taiga. He's not going to get too much love for his actual damage output, but the way he's positioned himself has made it so much easier for Liquid to play these fights. Consistently, the man standing between OG and his entire stack. It's been very difficult for them to get off big combinations. You could see even that last fight around the Roche pit, the Ravage comes out, it's on enemy high ground. The rest of the team is not even in that screen. The status resist, by the time anybody's actually there to follow up with damage, Morphin, Ember, BK beat. You got nothing to do but run away. OG all in on their ability to kill people in the duration of long stuns, the Chrono, the Ravage. If you don't do that, you don't win fights.
Stunned, you can get followed up and killed.
And now you have kind of two ways to deal with the spiderling, sorry. So you have Sven and you have Beastmaster with axes.
I like Sven when he has an enable as well, like inner beast. I think the attack speed is actually really important for a hero like Sven.
I guess the main thing is just the kiting potential for Liquid, where you have the cookie, you got a grave, TA with the blink and the refractions, you got Broodmother running over webs, Marzarin. Like there's a lot of soft ways that if Sven has a difficult game, it can be really hard to get clean damage. But if you have an item advantage, you're going to rip through them.
Fraction's quite good versus Sven.
I just want to remind everybody that if OG lose this game, they are playing in a tiebreaker to avoid elimination.
Wow.
I also want to point out that if that means that Liquid win the game, they are guaranteed second and make it to the group stage of the major. If we're going to a third game, there's other scenarios, but I want just people to know that that is at stake here. There's a lot to play for, and I'm curious to hear both of your opinions. Who you favor?
I think for me, the OG has a little bit of an advantage. Early have my issues.
Yeah.
That was good English, but still.
Sure.
It's just the idea when they do connect, you have a Roar, you have Dark Willow, and that could be the turnaround that stops TA from being the explosive one, because it is all about TA now.
But you like the draft regardless on the side of Liquid a little bit better.
I like Liquids because they've got some clever stuff going on. You know, Mick is playing all these weird heroes. They've got the snowball factor. I've been waiting to see some more TA too, so.
All right, I'm waiting to see some brawling going on here in this game too. I hope we get that. I know our commentary team is ready for this as well. It's over to Captain Kyle.
You're not a
That's right. I do kind of agree over there with our panelists. I was a little sad. Bit less team fight. That first game was very fun, but there is going to be a lot of skirmishing here. It does feel like it's not OG, but Liquid rather, who threw a bit of a curveball into the mix with a late Broodmother pickup.
I mean, we saw this play out yesterday in Secret versus Brame in a similar scenario. There was a Willow, there was a Beastmaster going up against the Big Spider. This time, it's a Skywrath replaced by an AA, but same concept where Liquid are just going to be able to abuse the map control. They're going to get tons of vision all around. And it becomes incredibly difficult for these OG squishies to stay alive, because you catch an Orchid and Spider Armor runs at you, you're just dead.
I am much happier. I'm not sure if you heard my Broodmother rant earlier on the previous series. I am quite happy with OG's choice of carry. I feel like Naga Siren, Troll, Alchemist, Sven. Like those are your like four go-to like safe lane carries that can really deal with Broodmother very well. So I'm pretty happy with this last pick of OG, and you've got an Ancient Apparition paired up with it. So feels like a bit of a dream there.
Yeah, we saw VP a couple weeks ago deal with an offlane Brood in a similar fashion. They had the Troll AA, and they just killed the Brood. No spiders until level 6, so you're really not the greatest laner. Hold up.
Mickey being nice and aggressive with this Mars. Anna knows he's dead, and he will give the first blood over to Taiga.
Not bad. Not bad. Liquid coming out firing. And once again, it'll be tops and mid on the Tiny. This time, Sumail on the TA. This is a relatively TA-favored matchup. I think why they're confident to take it in the first two. And a lot of confidence from Sumail. Seen a lot of commentary that in that last game, Sumail was the only person playing to win. And Liquid doubled down, giving him a carry once again. There were some mistakes made, to be fair.
It was a messy game of Dota. But that in some ways, I know you like the term unforced errors and forced errors. That was kind of a bit of a mixture of both, right? It was a high-tempo game where naturally some messiness was going to occur.
Yeah, OG will certainly need to step it up if they want to play better. Or if they want to advance, rather.
Oh, nice double stun once again. Trying to use the cold feet to apply, but Broodmother is fast enough to be able to get out of that chain stun combo, it seems.
And up top, what is it going to be? It's a Mars versus a Beastmaster in the safe lane, so I think that's relatively Liquid favored as well. Down here, they will have dangers, though. Brood needs level 6. But it's we don't see much dazzle nowadays.
No.
You had a theory. It could be true where it's the jungling with wolves strat, but replaced with spiders. Where at some point some spiderlings will be given control of to Insania, and then he'll jungle with them.
I had that there.
Somebody did. It might have been BSJ.
I'm a genius. That's a great idea. That wasn't me. I bet it was Robson, honestly. He's the kind of guy who think of silly stuff like that. And they do manage to pick up a second kill here in this bottom lane, and Taiga still survives. Anna had nothing left in the tank, and Stania very likely to die here. Fairy Fire prolongs his life a little bit longer, but he does eventually fall. Sox is going to have to go into the trees, but a spear is up, and so that will be a healing salve that is lost to OG.
More harass coming out onto Koifa. Went for the Orb of Venom build. It's pretty standard.
All right, Anna's... He's got another mango, but he is just so aggressive, and he's just dead. I'm not.
That armor will wear down.
He had to have known Taiga was coming back about that time. I mean, oof. And if anything, Liquid wants to fight you there. Whenever you get a hard camp pull off, right?
Yeah.
You naturally want to get aggressive so they can't interfere with the pull.
No comment on that one.
Odd indeed.
It's still too early to really tell. Of course, but Liquid, you can see the game advantage, I think, is just really good for them. However, do keep in mind, it's been a running joke, but Liquid have yet to be able to break the curse of win game 1, lose game 2. So OG, if they can't play better, at least they'll have fate on their side.
I believe Blitz said that they are the kings of 2-1. Whichever way that goes, they are the kings of 2-1. And I mean, maybe that's to their credit. Alliance are also the kings of 2-1.
Sure.
Look where they ended up. So
yeah, it's wild though. I mean, 6 weeks of Dota 2, and a lot of times, I think we've only had, I think it was 6 matches over the entire course of this season that actually ended 2-0. So a lot of BO1s determining where teams actually ended up in the standings. Oh, they got the cold feet.
oh, that one does land. It looks like Koifa wasn't able to get fast enough with the light seal. It's coming out. Anna, he also has the miss percentage chance on him. Koifa's going to keep going. They have the cookie on top of No Tail. They pick up both the kills. 100 HP, Kyle, from being the difference of getting a core kill or losing 2 lives.
I thought Sven was supposed to beat Brood in lane. Cap, this is going terribly.
It really is.
For OG, and you can't really recover as well. It's a very tough game to play Sven from behind, because you can assume Brood, the moment you leave lane, is going to start pushing your tower with spider pressure, and there's going to be a TA dropping traps all over your side of the jungle.
Yeah, this is certainly not going the way I expected. Oh, the shot just before he went out of vision. Healing salve canceled, but does keep him alive, and apparently he had a backup too. How's mid lane going? 28-4, 24-4? Is this what you would expect out of TA, Tiny?
Yep. It was definitely another one of those matchups that's benefited the Tiny more so, because, you know, you just get free runes, so it's easier to sustain. You're taking so much damage from the sideblade spam.
That was cute. Do you see that? Samael popping the glyph in order to make sure the creeps don't die. So if he does get tossed back, the creeps are still taking the aggro of the tower, and also potentially denying some CS. Little plays like that from mid laners are, I always think, are so cool.
Yeah, I remember talking to Fear and Bulb about this way back in the day. Sumail is a real pain, or at least he used to be, to commit to replay review. He would watch the first 3 or 4 minutes in the mid lane, be like, ah, damn it, and turn it off. He cares not about mid-game rotations.
Another kill, No Tail.
So much for that business.
I'm beginning to think this is the difference between Snapfire and Ancient Apparition in lane, as Thompson almost being run down. Baits it out, had a Fairy Fire.
Was that delivered by the courier?
I think it was, because I have to imagine Samael would have already known, like, oh, he doesn't have anything left, but the courier may have actually just delivered a clutch Fairy Fire to keep him alive. Koifa gonna be okay, and immediately they turn around. I think the minus armor plus the Silken Bola just means they can always man fight. It's the Snapfire Brood is too deadly.
Yeah, especially now that they've got that advantage. The kills they've amassed. There's the Soul Ring. Spider spam will come online the moment Koifa hits 6. He's halfway there.
Dire's middle tower.
And I fear for No Tail. The moment a couple rounds of spiders are up, he's gonna take a shredder, and oh, you got a cookie away. He'll just tank the cold feet. Koifa's strong enough to duel.
Yeah.
Nice work,
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
And this is all like this pressure that's happening is without the Broodmother getting level 6. So once the spiders start being picked up, even if he may not be able to use them in lane the best, Insania in some trouble at top lane, being chased down by the boar.
Dyer's middle
But
tower
Mickey
is under attack.
is a wall that stands between him and his defensive support.
This top lane, you can tell Mickey going for the blades of attack before the chainmail. So that should tell you all you need to know about how well top lane's going for Liquid. Sumail, a little bit of trouble, has refraction.
Yeah, he does have refraction, but it's being burned through pretty quickly with a full wave of creeps there. Saksa, looks like they were able to finish off Insania there, but bottom lane continues to go poorly for OG. Ana is dead again.
And it's not going to get any easier. Koifa is now level 6. And Taiga is on a mega kill streak. He is almost level 6. Oh my god, it's 8 minutes into the game.
Radiant's bottom
I don't know
tower
how
is
you
under
survive
attack.
bottom. I don't actually know who the hell OG put down here to deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to rain cookies as spiders skitter over and find any support. And yeah, Ana makes the wise decision. He gets the hell out of here. Good timing.
Right as they get aggressive to go on the kill onto Seb. Almost get him, but he is bailed out by his stick charges. And now they turn around with the Primal Roar.
Radiant's bottom
Mickey,
tower
he
is
does
under
have
attack.
stick charges himself. You could see him kind of trying to bait in Ana. Ana will not swallow that bait. He'll back up and just go for creeps. But Sumail, Curse Crown on him. One last shot
Radiant's
on
bottom
Thompson.
tower
But
is under
now they're
attack.
turning around with the Avalanche and the last couple of hits in from Saksa. The meld isn't going to allow him to survive.
Radiant's
There was already... Oh, he tries to get some bottle hits in, but it's not good enough. The Sentry placed preemptively in the river to deal with traps. That's why he couldn't stay melded.
They needed that kill. Once against Sumail, he's got the Courier and Thompson one swipe away from a double death, but ultimately ends up dying there. You need to make that play if you're OG, because
Radiant's
bottom tower
bottom tower
was lost the moment on a TP top. And you have some major issues now. with this fighter.
Really?
Whoa, whoa. Seb?
He's going for Seb, and he's gone! Taiga all ins on it. He tries to hop into the Roshan pit to maybe try and get a deny, but an unstoppable streak is fed to Ana. That is not insignificant.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth. Seb had just finished his Helm of the Dominator, so didn't lose any gold. As you said, huge streak going to Ana, your hard carry, and Seb was with no roar and no boots anyway, so that's pretty much a free teleport in his eyes.
Structures are
Plus the
fortified.
extra one from death. Easy 100 gold, he'll say.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know we probably
And they also got
lost
a
this game, but we can
ward
still
kill
do
on top
this.
of everything else. Mickey, about to be pressured, but this is not your ordinary safe lane carry.
Dark light.
Having an offlaner in the safe lane position does mean that you can kind of park it out there. I mean, nobody really wants to go on a Mars who's level 7.
Yep. This is what makes Liquid seem so strong right now. They have this ability to run what are effectively double offlaners, while Sumail then is able to play the hard carry from mid. So he's just free farming now, coming back up to clear some stacks. Look at Koifa, yeah. Our spider cam, he's uncontested. He is attacking a tier 2 before 10 minutes, and no one is there, and no one can go there to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, OG,
Who responds?
If the Sven's lane went okay, maybe he could do it. Beastmaster doesn't have maxed out axes. Tiny, it's just a one toss of the tree, but he doesn't have that every time. And now Thompson not even being able to stay mid lane. As a smoke up from Liquid, they say you can stack as many heroes as you want in the top tower. That's the least important tower in the game right now. We're taking your tier 2, now we're pressuring your mid.
That is a massive advantage for Liquid, because now if you can just control this bottom outpost, it's 10 minutes into the game, Cap. That is a lot of XP they're going to suck away from OG.
Oh, absolutely. Terrorize is going to be... Oh, no, it fell a little shallow. And Saksa will pay for that. A lethal error from him. And now No Tail. Uh-oh. The Broodmother is out of the bottom lane. He's being let loose on the rest of the world now. Bunch of spiders die, but well worth the cost of an ancient apparition.
I think this was the strat, you know, guys, we can't win game 2 anyway, so let's pick something as annoying and potentially cheesy as possible. And right now, you said, and I agreed really, that the AA Sven would be a good answer to the spider, but it has done absolutely nothing. And you've now got OG forced to play 30% of the map with their entire draft. The entire, look at, you can just, they're not wards, but you can see the bottom jungle and who's in possession of it. Koifa just has webs all throughout. at his leisure, he can look to connect towards mid, but for now, I think just control the outpost.
Highest amount of building damage at 11 minutes on any hero, and that is not surprising. He has just had a full reign of the bottom lane, and now you're going to start seeing him exert some pressure on either the tier 3, maybe he tries to take over more of the mid lane. Either way, he's going to be creating a lot of space for TA just to hit Ancients. Okay, he's going to be the one being gone on here, but a Brambles misses.
Keep in mind what's at stake here, Cap. Liquid, they win this, guaranteed second place.
No-Tail going to be run down easily. I'm not even sure what he's doing down here. I mean, this is not the place to be. Maybe top is a better place, but Sumail links up with Mickey to help make a kill happen. Immediately TP's down to refill his bottle on an arcane room.
Man, this just blows my mind. So Liquid win, they're second place. They go to the major with 400 points. They need to perform. They might get themselves a TI invite. Nigma would go as a wild card, but OG guaranteed would need to play a qualifier for TI.
Looks back over, Primal Roar put on the Dazzle to make sure there's no shallow grave to bail out Mickey. But now, Anna stuck inside the arena is being nailed by Mortimer's Kiss. His very excellent shot, Taiga.
Take that trade. Every time. This is Liquid fighting at a numbers disadvantage. Koifa farming at least 500 GPM in the meantime, so long as you get the trade there, you're happy.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I mean, look how defensively Liquid is playing in some of these situations, because,
yeah,
I mean, Koifa can't help. That's the downside, is that, like, rotating as a Broodmother sucks, but this might be a good combination. If they can burn through the refraction, Ice Blast is going to come in, though. Terrorize goes out. The Shallow Grave, it's going to keep him alive for now, and now Thompson's the one in trouble. He does end up dying to No-Tail, ticked out eventually, as Ice Blast did do its work, but you can still catch up. Koifa is going to look to slow him down further. He's going to go for 7 even. He's ignoring No-Tail for a much higher value kill. Slowing him down, playing the outskirts, the Curse Crown, the Spiders are going to be drug away, and eventually Koifa should be able to get this kill, no problem. A fresh round of Spiders. If he wants, he could just start transferring all his aggression now to the top lane.
He did use a lot of webs for that, however. Only 1 charge remaining, so he's going to have to be a little conservative now. But yeah, you make a really good point. Liquid, they read the map quite well. It's not really the most difficult spot when Koifa is just saying, hey guys, there is still nobody bottom, but they're playing to hug the tier 2 top because OG's only move is to try and swap jungles and take over Liquids.
It's not a matter of intelligence, but discipline, right? It's like everybody knows OG can't play the bottom half of the map, but you gotta just be reminding yourself, okay, that means they are going to be 5 in our jungle a lot. All we have to do is just not die to it, and maybe even get the right kind of team fights here with an initiation onto Thompson. They may have just bursted out the most important core at the start of a team fight without him getting anything off. He chucks a tree, but that's it. Now Seth being run down, he's gonna have to use the Primal Roar to be able to have a chance to stay alive here. The Ice Blast over the top, but they don't really have much to follow it, as Liquid have surely won this team fight and have definitely claimed the Aegis for themselves, as OG don't really have anything left.
Yeah, Sumail went for the farming build too. He has max meld already with the death zone. No blink needed, not just yet, because Mickey rushed one, and realistically, as you said, like, they're comfortable just out farming on the map. Anna?
Oh, Anna! Mickey catches him farming. Cookie to stop the TP. And now Anna is definitely dead. That was a cute little play. Mickey was trying to hide out of vision to prevent the stun, but Koifa is there to collect the kill. He has created a tunnel of webs from top to middle and a little bit down to bottom, so there's just nowhere really for OG to hit neutral creeps anymore. Gonna be able to catch a nice combination. Stunning up to the terrorized Taiga. Does manage to jump out of that one. The Curse Crown, though, keeping Mickey stunned even further. Shallow Grave will delay the Ice Blast kill. Eventually he dies, but Taiga says that his work is done. They kill 2 on the side of OG.
This is
bit of a slaughter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, okay, don't be negative here. How does OG get back into it? But really, they need Liquid to make some sort of egregious misstep. Like, every Mars arena, it's a blink combination. Mickey just hits the spear. That's going to be a kill. They have the cookies to drop in. Sumail has Aegis, a DD, a blink soon to arrive, unless he just purchased something else. Might have been, what was that, like a Dragon Lance? Yeah, I like this. I like the no blink. When you're ahead like this, just all in on stats. because you don't need a blink. Mickey will be your initiation. The Spider Army can always flank. Just try and have that max distance. Very nice in a game like this.
Now, Liquid does have, as you kind of talked about, like 2 offlaners, basically. No tail. One hit is almost enough. A spear almost connecting into the trees. A Primal Roar going. Seb has nowhere to run to.
Beast in me.
He ran in, but nobody else from OG can help with that.
You can't play. They've died 24 times in 17 minutes, Cap.
Yeah.
They don't have a bottom outpost. This XP gap is getting bigger and bigger as the minutes tick by. That's the same edge Liquid had like 35 minutes into that last game in terms of XP. Look at that. You saw that side blade?
Yeah, no. They changed the side blades, making it so it amplifies your actual range is just hilarious.
Oh, thank you. You stack these for the Sven. I'll take them.
Okay, so they basically have 2 offlaners on the side of Liquid, right? That does mean that they are going to drop off, right? Mars, Broodmother, extending past 30 minutes isn't really their forte.
Yeah.
Do you think that OG has the heroes to be able to beat the carry of Liquid, which is TA in this case?
Oh, for sure. They just need a lot more time. You can even check out Koifa's build. He's going for the pipe into Ag's build. He has arcane boots. Like, this hero is not played to win after 30 or 40 minutes.
Thompson has a TP up in a second, but there is now Cookie. So he's going to go for the TP and then realize, oh, Taiga's here too. Never mind.
People just stay out of bottom. I know it's tough, but OG, there's nothing good for you down here.
Oh, hey, this is a big kill. Ice Blast and all the damage that Dark Willow provides.
Look
it
how
will
deep
shred
they are.
ranked heroes.
No Tail's TPing out from just in front of the tier 3, and they've got to because it looks like Liquid might be able to pressure the actual base of OG, but this is honestly how you have to play it from here on out. Just try to delay, obfuscate, and defend your base when necessary, but nobody should be venturing past that little OG mark in this bottom lane. Is that dead tier 3?
Yeah, with the double damage TA, it's looking like it's Seb going for the back again. Straight up Primal Roar on Dazzle and then runs away.
Holy shit!
What was that?
What the?
That was the weirdest hit and run I've ever seen.
You're supposed to flee the scene, not... What? I mean, at this point, maybe you're a bit lost if you're OG. Even gods may bleed. This is not a very easy game to find some sort of comeback mechanic. Maybe a toss back?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... They are in dire measures. They have to go for one of those really crazy plays where they get a toss back into the tier 4 area. The toss back is here, but it's to toss Anna back to stay alive.
That's the wrong fountain, Anna. That's not where... He's not supposed to be in his own.
Brambles catching several heroes. Koifa almost stunning up his team with a Curse Crown. Actually stuns up Midgame for now, but Midgame still finds the opportunity to get an arena. Catching all these heroes. Samael starts lining up the damage. Already killing Anna. Now going for Thompson. Thompson stunned up. That he is dead as well. 2 cores out, and Seb doesn't have any damage here. Saksa gets 2-shot by Samael, and even Insania living. It's like public enemy #1. They just keep on going for the Dazzle. It goes to show how bad this fight went for OG. They couldn't even kill the 5 position.
I gotta say, this new Liquid is terrifying, man. Like, Koifa, even from the offlane, offers the same sort of hero versatility. Sumel just straight up bodying anybody. And Mickey now freed to play more of these initiator-style 1 positions. Whoever's playing Snapfire for the squad also looks on point, and thus far, this is a pretty dominant performance. They are crafting themselves a path to the major. Second melee barracks, a moment from falling.
Koifa scribbling away. Ice Blast was going in, but a blink away and a Cookie out. Everybody from Liquid dodging just to return fire on Thompson. Liquid are indeed doing it. Not in the same kind of climactic way that LD was referring to. This is a much cooler and confident doing it. They are just systematically destroying OG, pick-off by pick-off, fight by fight, building by building. Liquid are establishing total dominance and are securing themselves 2nd place here at the Western European DPC.
Oh man, and OG, they go from heroes to cheerleaders because at this point, their best bet at getting the TI involves EU doing as well as humanly possible at the major. We've got a shot right now with this loss of an OG versus Nigma TI Finals rematch, potentially just to get to TI, with one squad being forced to watch from home. Sumel, they don't quite get into the fountain.
Not quite. They pop the God Strength, but of course the Refraction is allowing him to ignore all of that damage and kill some spiders, but that's all he's going to be killing here. The mother comes, as always, Team Liquid.
Man, they like look almost surprised, like you think they'd be giving you more of a pop-off.
I thought we were supposed to go to Game 3.
Yeah.
Guys. Isn't that our normal thing?
I was bored. She's like, guys, like I have harder matches in my pubs when I'm smurfing in NA. This is it? This is all you got? I thought they were TI winners.
Liquid looking very, very, very hot as you see the background, exchanging some hugs, Mickey.